congratulations on the launch of Hey.com. I got on it very quickly. Unfortunately, Jason at Hey.com was taken by some squatter.
Yeah, that guy's a bastard.
I'm never going to get my Jason on there.
I'll sell it to you.
Tell me the background of why you felt in the year 2020, or I think maybe you started working on this in 2019 actually, why you felt in 2019 would be a good idea to start an email competitor or a new email product.
Right. So we actually started a couple years ago. But, here's the thing. Like the last time, okay, let me step back. We're in email all day long. Most people are.
All day.
No matter what else you use, you're also probably in email too. And the last time email was exciting was 16 years ago when Gmail launched in 2004. You probably remember that. I remember that. Waiting for invites, trying to get in, 16 years, man.
Right.
It's been 16 years. And so, we have this thing where we just get really easily frustrated by by things that haven't improved for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why we built Basecamp back in 2004 is because project management hadn't improved for a long time. And so we spent our time in email as well. So we said, let's worry about this. Can we do something better? Now, originally though, it started out as we were experimenting with improving HighRise, which is our CRM tool.
Yes.
We're going to make a whole new version of HighRise. But as we got into it, we started making all these email specific features. And we're like, you know what? We want this for all of our email, not just business email, but personal email. I want to manage email this way. So we started going deeper into email and started to really pay attention to all the workarounds because email is one workaround after another. Like, for example, you need to get back to someone. What do you do? Well, you mark the email unread. That's a total hack. It's like a total workaround.
It's a complete hack.
But that's what everyone does, right?
Yeah.
And so we just kind of started piling up these annoying frustrations with these workarounds that we all have to go through every single day. And we've just sort of given in and put up with them. And we're like, that shouldn't be that way anymore. So we started digging in and said, a lot of people use email. Everyone likes to think it's dead. It's not anywhere near dead. It's very vibrant, very alive. It's the only real sort of widest common denominator communication medium that works no matter where you are, no matter what provider you use. And it's a wonderful thing. And we want to breathe new life into it.
And the basic protocol of email has not changed all that much. It really is interesting how open source, platforms, whether it's the web or email, seem to be the most resistant to corporate ownership or closing. Obviously, podcasting being the other one that has long been open with RSS feeds and attachments, although maybe that's at risk now because of certain players wanting to have exclusives. How did you get I'm wondering if did you consider taking the underlying protocol of email and changing that in some way? And maybe you could educate us on that underlying protocol. Who sets the standards for how email changes over time?
Yeah, well, first off, at a slightly higher level, when we attacked this problem, we decided we're not going to build a client. We're not going to build something that lives on top of Gmail,
right?
For example, or Outlook or whatever, because you can't really innovate when you're on top of someone else's platform like that. There's so many things that are just fixed in place, and there's so much legacy in email that you just can't really improve that much around the margins, which is why most email clients have been focused on perhaps speed or interface design or like some stuff, but you really can't get too deep with improvements. And so with Hey is actually an email service. It's not something that lives on top of Gmail. It's a service. We're an email provider.
Right.
So when you sign up for hey.com, you get an hey.com email address. And because we can sort of control that, we're vertically integrated essentially. We make the clients and we make the service. We can do all sorts of things that just clients can't do. Now, the thing though is with email, of course, is that it has to be interoperable. So you have to make sure that, if we send an email out of Hey, it can be reached, someone at Gmail can get it and someone from Gmail can email us. So we have to follow those basic standards. As far as who defines those, I don't even know.
Yeah.
But we know what they are. That's the beauty of email, of course, which is different than, let's say, SMS. In some countries, like even sending an SMS doesn't work.
That's why you need Twilio to kind of be your ambassador to just resolve all of those issues, which are super complicated.
Which is what's so great about email is that email doesn't have those things. So we had to, of course, make it work with that at that level. But everything else we could redo and reinvent and reintroduce it in new ways, the way you organize email, the way the control you have over who can email you, all these things we can do because we're vertically integrated all the way down to the bottom. So that was key for us.